Hey y'all, it's Shell. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be giving you guys a huge tip on how to get your silk presses to last throughout the summer months. If you do silk presses throughout the summer, I know a lot of people take breaks, but some people like me still like to wear them. So I'm going to be giving you guys a big tip that I discovered that plays a huge role in getting them to last longer. And I say throughout the summer months, but what I really mean is if you're going to be silk pressing your hair like every 2 to 3 weeks throughout the summer. So first I'm going in with my shampoo to deeply cleanse her hair. Again, this is not a detox shampoo. It is not a moisturizing shampoo. It's like that perfect in between. So you can use this shampoo before you detox or after you detox because you don't want to use harsh clarifying shampoos throughout your hair. You want to make sure that you are using, you only want to do one clarifying or two clarifying shampoos depending on how much product is in your hair. So now I'm going in with the L'Oreal Pro, I can't remember the name. I'm going in with that mask, and then I'm going in with my deep conditioner. Very, very, very important products to use on the hair to get the hair to last. So this is my number one tip, is to sit under a steamer to allow the conditioner to penetrate deeper. That is going to be a really big thing on getting your hair to last. Do not skip this step if you want your silk presses to last throughout the summer. Now, if you have medium to high porosity hair, make sure when you go back after steaming, you only want to steam for about 5 or 10 minutes if you have medium to high porosity hair, and then you want to rinse with cool water to close that cuticle. And then now what I'm doing is going in with a leave-in conditioner. So I'm going to give you guys some extra tips. But so since she hasn't had a silk press in a long time, I'm going to use a leave-in conditioner and I'm going to use a hair cream. As you guys can see, her hair is a little on the thicker side. So both of these play a big part in adding extra moisture to her hair. And then when I sprayed it, I sprayed a lot. So I sprayed probably about maybe like 10 to 15 pumps. If you have like lower density fine hair, then you just want to spray less and use a little less product. But for her hair, as you guys can see, is very long, very thick. So I used a lot of product on hers. So I'm not really worried about her hair getting weighed down. It's kind of hard to weigh hair down when it's like this dense. So I do put a lot of product on the hair. As long as your cleansing and conditioning process is good, you shouldn't have to worry too much about the hair being weighed down. If your hair is prone to like frizz and breakage, you want to make sure that you're using the products that I suggest because they're going to have some type of like some form of protein, and you need that protein and moisture balance to help your hair last so that you're not dealing with too much frizz. They also contain humidity blocking ingredients like silicones in some of the products, so you want to make sure that you are using those because that's going to help your hair stay intact as well and block out humidity. Now, the type of flat iron you're going to use, of course, you want a higher grade of flat iron like a Baby Bliss or FHI, something that's good quality. So I like to use titanium irons. That gets the hair straight and sleek, only if I'm wearing my hair straight. Now, if I'm going to do it curl, which requires maybe a second pass of heat, then I'm going to go with ceramic because, again, we want to keep our hair healthy while we're suppressing it. We don't want to damage it. And as far as blow drying goes, I'm using a ceramic iron. And then someone asked me, how do I get the root straight if I'm using a comb attachment? Well, at first I use the comb attachment. Then I go in with my dimming brush to get the root straighter. And of course, that's going to play a big role in how your silk press turns out too. Because if you blow your hair out and it's not straight, then of course your silk press is going to frizz up as well. A couple of other tips include, like, when you are showering, do not shower in super hot water. Make sure that you turn the temperature down so that it's not steamy in the shower because that can revert your hair back right away. And then you also want to make sure you using something like a sweatband or something if you're going to work out. Make sure you're working out indoors. Only use the machines with the fans on them that's blowing directly on you. And then make sure that you're doing low intensity cardio instead of like high intensity cardio. That works, but it takes longer to see results, but it works better for me, like, because I don't like to sweat my hair out. So it works for that purpose. And then when you are working out or doing something that requires you to sweat a little bit, make sure you are pulling your hair tight, whether that's in one ponytail or two ponytails. Make sure that your roots are pulled tight, not tight to the point where you have hair loss, not that tight, but make sure you are pulling your hair really taut until you're done with whatever activity you're doing, and then let your roots dry while it's still in that ponytail, whether it's one ponytail or two ponytails. And make sure your hair is not directly on any areas that produce sweat. So like your forehead, your neck. Don't let your hair sit in those areas because it's going to revert if it's just sitting in your sweat. And once you're done with any high activity, you can go in with some dry shampoo and your blow dryer on cool to help absorb the sweat quicker. Now I'm just going in and taking a picture of her ends because, like I said, she hasn't had a silk press in a while. So I'm showing her ends, and I'm suggesting, where we should cut, and making sure that she's okay with where we're going to cut. Because if you have split ends all throughout your hair, then it's going to revert a lot quicker. That's just how it is. So we're going to cut as much as we need to cut. And I'm showing her that her top layer has more split ends than the bottom layer. And I don't know if that makes sense to y'all. Like, it's something I have to show my clients what I mean when I say that, because sometimes that top layer of hair is shorter than the bottom layer, and it's a bunch of split ends on that top layer. So once I go in and do an interior cut, it'll catch the split ends that have traveled farther up. That way I don't have to cut all the way up where her split ends are. And this is what I mean. So going in and kind of just bringing the hair up to do that interior cut, this helps get rid of the split ends that have traveled up. So that way you don't have to cut all the way up to your shoulders all the time, but still get rid of a lot of the split ends. Oh, I forgot to mention, before I flat ironed, I went in with a serum and a flat iron spray. Now, I don't share everything just because I do have a silk press course, so I can't share everything just because some of that stuff is in the course. But you can use the Olaplex serum right before you flat iron to help, another humidity blocking product that works really good as well. And then you want to make sure, do not overwash your hair. So if you're going to detox or clarify your hair, do not overwash. Only shampoo with those like once, if that's only if you don't have a lot of buildup. And then you'll go in with my shampoo for your second and third wash. So do not over shampoo your hair. It will dry it out and it will cause your silk press to revert. Another last resort you can do is a smoothing treatment that's going to help smooth out your hair. It'll loosen your curl pattern up a little bit, but it'll help get rid of frizz and help your hair hold on to moisture better too. That's if you want to go that route. So that's it, y'all. If you have any tips, leave them down in the comment section so other people can read them and that can help other people. I'll talk to y'all in my next video.